Epithelial tissues are classified in two main ways, by the number of layers and by the shape of the cells. When we classify by layers, we use two major categories. Simple epithelium has only one layer of cells, and it's usually involved in processes like absorption, secretion, and filtration, where a thin barrier is beneficial. Stratified epithelium, on the other hand, has multiple layers. These tissues are specialized for protection, especially in areas exposed to abrasion or friction. Classification by shape includes three basic forms. Squamous cells are flat and scale-like, ideal for diffusion and filtration. Cuboidal cells are roughly as tall as they are wide, shaped like cubes. These are typically involved in secretion or absorption. Columnar cells are taller than they are wide, with nuclei usually located near the base. These cells also specialize in absorption and secretion, particularly in areas like the digestive tract. This classification system helps us predict a tissue's function based on its structure. Simple squamous epithelium is made of a single layer of flat cells. Its thinness allows materials like gases or small molecules to pass through easily, so its primary roles are diffusion and filtration. You'll find this type of epithelium in the air sacs of the lungs, where oxygen and carbon dioxide diffuse along the alveolar membrane. Also present in the glomeruli of the kidneys, where blood is filtered. In blood vessels, the inner lining is made up of simple squamous cells and is called the endothelium. When these cells line the outer surfaces of organs within ventral cavities, such as the lungs or intestines, the layer is called the mesothelium. Simple cuboidal epithelium consists of a single layer of cube-shaped cells. Because these cells have more cytoplasm than squamous cells, they're better suited for secretion and absorption. This tissue lines the kidney tubules, where it helps modify the filtrate by absorbing needed substances and secreting others. You'll also find it in the ducts of small glands, where it helps release secretions, and on the surface of the ovary, where it plays a role in hormone-related processes. Simple columnar epithelium is made of tall, column-shaped cells that line many internal organs. These cells are specialized for absorption and secretion, especially of mucus and enzymes. Many contain goblet cells, which are modified columnar cells that produce mucus. You'll find this tissue in the lining of the digestive tract, from the stomach to the rectum. The cells absorb nutrients and release enzymes and mucus to help move food along. Uterine tubes, also known as the fallopian tubes, ciliated columnar epithelium, helps transport the egg toward the uterus. Pseudostratified columnar epithelium appears to have multiple layers because the nuclei are at different levels, but every cell still touches the basement membrane, so it's technically a single layer. This tissue is specialized for secretion and movement of mucus, especially when it's ciliated. Cilia are hair-like structures that sweep mucus and trapped particles out of the respiratory tract. You'll see this epithelium in the respiratory tract, including the trachea and bronchi, where it traps and removes airborne debris. It's also found in parts of the male reproductive tract, the sperm-carrying ducts, also known as the ductus deferens. Stratified squamous epithelium is composed of multiple layers of cells, with the top layers being flat and scale-like. Its main function is protection, especially against friction and abrasion. There are two types. In keratinized stratified squamous epithelium, the outermost layers are filled with keratin, a tough protein that provides water resistance and strength. This is the type found in skin. In contrast, non-keratinized stratified squamous epithelium lacks this protein and remains moist. It lines the mouth, esophagus, and vagina, where it protects underlying tissues while staying flexible and hydrated. Stratified cuboidal epithelium contains two or more layers of cube-shaped cells. It's less common than other types, but it serves a clear function: secretion. You'll find this tissue in the ducts of sweat glands and mammary glands, where it helps produce and move secretions through the glandular system. Stratified columnar epithelium has multiple layers, but only the topmost layer is columnar in shape. The deeper layers can be cuboidal or irregular. This epithelium provides both protection and secretion, making it useful in locations exposed to both friction and fluid passage. You'll find this type lining parts of the male urethra and the pharynx, where it contributes to both mucus movement and structural stability. Transitional epithelium is a specialized type of stratified epithelium designed to stretch and recoil without tearing. It is found exclusively in the urinary system, lining structures such as the urinary bladder, ureters, and part of the urethra. Its cells can change shape depending on the degree of stretch, appearing rounder or more dome-shaped when relaxed and flatter when stretched. This adaptability allows the epithelium to maintain a protective barrier while accommodating changes in volume as the bladder fills and empties. Transitional epithelium also helps prevent urine from diffusing back into surrounding tissues, making it critical for barrier function and distensibility in the urinary tract.